Hi and welcome to Watch the Time and my second review of 2022. I'm doing about three pretty close together. It'll be the Citizen ProMaster Diver fully loomed dial I'm wearing at the moment. I've got a Pagani. I've got another Pagani coming actually, so there's going to be two Paganis, and then this. The Oris watch, which is actually rubbish in that it's made of the dial is made of recycled plastic, but we'll talk more about that later. It's called the Oris Upcycle, obviously because it's made out of recycled plastic from the ocean. Now, if you look at Oris's website, they go into more detail about this, but Oris always have got this like link to the ocean, and you know, if they do help in any way in improving the state of the ocean with regards to cleaning it up, then it's fantastic. Whether you know you purchasing a £1,600 watch or not does anything to help that, I don't know. They say it does, so it's up to you really to have a look at that and find out if that affects your decision as to whether or not to buy the watch. Personally, that's kind of a cherry on the cake for me, in that I liked the watch, I liked the design, and I decided to buy it, not for me, but for my partner for Christmas, and she loves it. And I think it's the design of their dial. If you look at the different sizes, they've almost made the bigger ones a little bit more masculine and the smaller ones a little bit more feminine looking. But that's not to say that you can't wear either. This is touted as a man's watch, and it comes, this is a 36.5mm. They also do, the Aquis comes in a 41.5 and a 43.5. Now, as a man's watch, this is too small for me. It just simply is. And what I'll do is I'll flip the camera around and show you, but there it is on my just over 7-inch wrist. I mean, it looks okay. I think if you've got a smaller wrist, and you know, lots of men have smaller wrists than 7¼ inches. For me, it's like the lug to lug distance. It looks like too centered on the wrist, whereas I like a watch that doesn't hang over. The lugs don't hang over the wrist. That's too big, but are kind of just inside. So to me, this is too small for me. But I wouldn't say it looks horrible or bad, and you could certainly get away with it. But if you had a 6.5 to 7.5 inch wrist, I think you'd be absolutely fine with it. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and we'll go into a bit more detail. So I'm just going to show off quickly the Oris packaging and box. You get like a box within a box within a box. So you get loads of stuff. You get this massive booklet thing here, Oris thing, and all the good stuff there. And then the actual Oris box itself, if you can get the thing open, it's quite a nice box. As an opening experience goes for a watch, it's certainly not, I wouldn't say super luxury, but it's certainly up there, and it's fine. And yeah, I've got no problems with that whatsoever. There it is on my just over 7-inch wrist. As you know, it is a lovely watch. It's a lovely bracelet. It's a lovely strap. I just think this 36.5mm is just too small for me, and the bracelet is too narrow. It narrows down way too much for my liking. But as I said, if you're a man with a smaller wrist, it'd be great. Or ladies, I think this works really well. I mean, my partner wears it. She wanted a watch with a slightly bigger face to what she was used to, and this fits the bill beautifully. And obviously that dial is unique to this watch. You know, there won't be another dial that looks exactly like that. There'll be others cut from a similar piece of plastic, but you know, that is technically unique, which, you know, that's a really nice thing. I think the other good thing they've done with these, the Oris Aquis Upcycle, is they've stayed with their older movement. They haven't gone for the full in-house movement. They've gone for the movement that they use in the older, cheaper Oris, which I think is fantastic. I wouldn't pay the premium for the in-house movement personally. I don't see the value in it when you've got a watch that, you know, has got a Swiss-made movement in it and it works perfectly well as it is. I don't see the point of just upgrading the movement to something that's in-house. I don't, you know, to me it doesn't work, and this will be easier for anyone to service, in my opinion, than having an in-house movement. Obviously with the Oris Aquis range, you've got an integrated bracelet. So this isn't something you're going to be swapping out different straps and NATO straps. I think you can get a rubber strap for them, but you obviously have to get the Oris fitment one. As you can see, it has a very distinct look, the Aquis. I really like it. It's really tooly. Obviously, you've got a screw down crown, screw down case back. It's a proper water resistant watch. It's 300 meters of water resistance, so it's going to take anything you can throw over it. It's really tool-tastic, but it has that classy look about it that you could wear this on an evening out. And it's got that really interesting dial that people pick up on as well. And it's like when you start looking at it and you can see different things, and it's almost like a little painting on your wrist. So this does come with a display case back, and it has the Oris crown, the Oris rotor in red on there. It's not a particularly decorated or great looking movement, but it's fine. It's just absolutely fine. And it actually runs, this one runs within 2 seconds a day, so really happy with that. Got no issues with it too, and it's consistent as well, no problem. You've got a little date complication at the bottom there, which is nicely integrated, I think, and I do like it at the 6 o'clock. It doesn't really detract from the watch. As you can see with this one, it's got the grey sort of metallic bezel insert, quite like that. It's quite subdued, but obviously it is a functioning dive time bezel. Not that it's not going to use this for diving, but and everything lines up. It's 120 quick. It's a nice feeling. It's not too stiff, not too loose. So I'd say the bezel is just about perfect. Not too much on the dial in regards to writing. I do like that. They've kept it very minimal. Oris Aquis, and you've got Swiss made at the bottom there, and the depth rating obviously as well. So they've kept it really nice. The crown is nice and chunky, not too big, not too small. It's in scale for this kind of this sort of 36.5mm size. It's got a really nice feel to it. Here we go. It's got a really nice feel to it, and no problems with that whatsoever. The batons are really nice. They're kind of high polished, as are the hands. There's a reasonable amount of loom in there. I wouldn't say this is a loom monster, but it's good quality loom, and it's visible early hours of the morning. When you wake up, your eyes are adjusted to the dark. You can tell the time on this, no problems at all, and you'd expect that from an Oris diver, wouldn't you? For a luxury Swiss watch, they're pretty good value for money, and you can get a little bit of discount generally on these. I got a couple of £100 off this one. I think I paid just over £1,400 for it, so I think I got a pretty good deal on it. And you can do finance on these as well if that's your thing. So all in all, it's a really nice watch. I honestly can't fault it. 3 levels of micro adjust there, as you can see. Nice and easy to size. It's got screw links, although one of those was a bit tight, but you just need a decent screwdriver. Obviously it's a fully milled class, as you'd expect, and no, it works. It just all works really nicely. It's kind of what you'd expect from Oris at this level. And I'm really impressed. I like the profile from this view here with the crown and these crown guards with these little screw things in. I think they look really nice. So there you go. That's the Oris Upcycle, made out of a dial that's made out of recycled plastic from the sea, which I think is fantastic. Really like this one. My partner really likes it as well. Say it's her watch. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.